Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
Rock and Review is catching up with an amazing talent. Grammy Awards, so many Dove Awards I can't even count. And I'm sure you know him from his work with Third Day, the Christian band, but also Mac Powell and the Family Reunion with their brand new album that came out this summer.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show, Mac.
Man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, and you and I were talking before we came down to the studio. It's like, obviously, you know, I knew your body of work throughout the years, and as I mentioned, I butchered a number of your songs when I was playing with the praise team in Vegas.
Yeah.
But this new album, man, it's really, I think you've done such an incredible job. And you guys, as the Family Reunion, just formed this last year.
Yeah. It's whenever Third Day would have a break, I'd say in the past 7 or 8 years, I would go out and do some country shows. Loving to go into these little bitty places, dive bars, you know, that's got the electric bull plugged up in the corner. Those places that Third Day never would have been able to play in, and hopefully play in front of some people that would never come to a Christian show.
Right.
And that's what we're doing now. Now it's kind of the best of both worlds. I still get to play to some Third Day fans who come out and hear some of those songs, but also make some new fans, hopefully as well, with this country stuff.
Well, you guys had so many hits with Third Day, but also I got to bring this up. This album and the songs are doing very well, particularly with the single Back Again, which is probably my favorite track on here.
Yeah, thank you.
It's kind of rocking, and you guys are really nailing it on the country charts with this.
Yeah, we're really excited. We're on the Music Road charts right now. We just broke into the top 40. So I have a number 39 country song in the nation.
Man.
It is incredible. I'm excited about it.
You know, and it was very cool on this album also, Mac, to get to hear more of your influences, because I know, you know, like all of us, you have all the country influences and everything, but also you're a fan of Tom Petty and all these other rockers, Creedence Clearwater.
Right, and I think that's most people. If I ask you, what do you listen to? Most people say, well, a little bit of everything.
Right.
And that's what we do, a little bit of rock, a little bit of country, a little bit of gospel, all wrapped up in a whole lot of love.
Right.
And it's fun because those influences, you know, people can see it very easily, not only on the record, hear it on the record, but see it live as well, because we bring in some of those elements. You know, if I'm going to do some old school Third Day stuff, I'm always going to do that. We do some new songs, but you hear and we also do a lot of cover songs as well. I mean, we're covering Alabama and Tom Petty and
once again your influences.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's fun for us, is not only making new music and showing that to people, but going also, these are some of the things that influence that new music.
Well, and I think you said something great, too, earlier, Mac, to where before we came in studio, you mentioned that when people come to the show, it's like being a part of the Family Reunion. Yeah. And when you look at the inside of the album even, it looks like you guys are at a family reunion.
Absolutely. Well, it's a party. It's a backyard party, and everybody brings, you know, their favorite covered dish.
Right. And you got some barbecue.
Yeah. We don't really want a separation between audience and band that's on stage. We feel like, you know, we want everybody clapping along and dancing along and singing along, so it's like, hey, you're part of the band too. You are part of the Family Reunion when you come to a show.
Well, speaking of Family Reunion, I got to bring this up, Matt, because a lot of our viewers may not know, but you come from a musical family.
I do.
And your mom and dad sing, and your dad plays guitar.
Yeah, my mom and my dad sing and play guitar. So it was nothing ever professional, but just always around the house. And whenever we would have family over, whether it was just a weekend barbecue or whether it was Christmas or whatever, there was always music. I mean, there was not a time that we didn't get together as a family that at the end of the day, the guitars were brought out and everybody's singing along harmonies.
But your dad did not work with you on guitar. You kind of had to pick that up yourself in college, right?
He didn't have the patience to teach me. So I had to kind of, and that was before the internet where you could just get on YouTube and figure out, you know, how to play.
Yeah, you pull up any song and go, oh, there's all the chords.
So I bought a chord book, you know, at the music store, and I said, oh, I'll put my finger here and there and there, and that makes a G. Boom, okay, I can write a song now.
Right, but I think that paid off pretty well for you.
Yeah, it has.
You know, it's hard to believe that with Third Day going on for like 25 years, and you and I were talking too, you know, with that band, to where, you know, you guys had so much great success, but you were constantly evolving.
Right.
And also, like you said, in between, you were still doing solo gigs and doing all this stuff. So this kind of makes sense in your evolution.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something that's been on my heart for a long time, something I want to do, but I was pretty busy with my day job for 20-something years.
Oh, totally.
And so, you know, now that Third Day's kind of retired, we did our farewell tour in June of last year and played a few nights at the Ryman here in Nashville, which
sold
was
out.
Sold out every night, which was amazing. You know, I'm really excited about moving forward with this new musical direction.
Well, you and I were talking also, you know, with your songs, you do such a great job with the lyrics, Mac, to where you paint a picture. You know, like I was listening to your YouTube channel even, and it's just, man, you can see it, you can relate to it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is that we want people when they're hearing this music. I mean, of course, there's some some songs that are just fun songs that you want to just rock out to, but there's also songs you want to really encourage people and give people some hope, and some love in their life. And so that's what we're trying to do with the Family Reunion.
Well, the Floodwaters on this new album too.
Yeah.
Another great song.
Yeah.
To where I think it's visual.
That's one of my favorite songs to play live is Floodwaters, because it's an old school kind of bluesy song, but it's up tempo. And that's you're right. We use these words as a songwriter. Try to use these words to make people think about life and think about things they're going through, and because we're all going through the same. Everybody has struggles, everybody has hard times, everybody has great times as well, and we're all in this together.
Well, and that's why I think you've done such a great job with this new album. And so you're going to be doing a lot of touring and everything with it. I know as the singles keep hitting the charts.
That's my job, man, is to go on the road and to play some music. That's really Back Again. The song Back Again, that's what it's about, is we as a band getting together, playing music. And it's fun when you do that and you're like in a studio or something, but it's even a lot more fun when you go out there on the road and share that music with everybody. And so we'll be doing that a lot.
Well, I got to ask you, what studio did you record most of this album in?
It's interesting. A lot of it was done in Atlanta in just some friends' basement studios. So no big studios that you'd ever hear of.
But I think also that gives it that organic kind of feel.
I mean,
because when you listen to it, I feel like with this album, Mac, it's like I'm part of the audience.
Yes.
And then I think it's also going to make your fans and listeners want to come and see you live.
Right. I mean, I did a lot of these vocals in my guest bedroom. I did. So that's
just like the old blues guys.
Right. That's the beauty of music today. Now, I love going into and there's a bunch of cool studios here in Nashville, and we've done some things here in Nashville before. I love doing that, and that's fun. Don't get me wrong. But there is something to just, moving around. Hey, there's my old bag. You got to move that away. That's in the basement, because we got to set up the gear here.
Right.
And just because you feel like a kid again. You feel like you're a high school kid in a garage band when you're doing this, recording.
Well, and with all the success you've had, though, don't you think that helps keep it fresh too?
It helps keep it fresh, and it helps keep you humble.
Exactly, which is just amazing. Now, what does it feel like when you go back to Clinton, Alabama now?
Oh man!
And I mean, you've had such great success with Third Day, and as a songwriter and everything. Yeah. What does that feel like?
It's always fun going back home. Where I grew up on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. In fact, when I say I grew up in Clinton, Alabama, I really grew up 20 minutes outside. That was the big town.
So you couldn't even see the water tower from there?
No. That was a town. When I lived there, it was about 7,000 people. Now it's really flourished and grown to 8,500. And there was nothing there. There wasn't even a McDonald's when I lived there.
Oh my gosh!
So when I joke and say often that it was such a small town that Russia had a McDonald's before Clanton did. So
But you guys still had the best peaches.
Oh, we did have the best peaches. I mean, by far. I moved over to Georgia, to the peach state. From Chilton County, where I'm from in Alabama. I didn't see one peach in the city of Atlanta at all.
So you still got to go back home for that.
Got to go back home.
Well, I want to make sure that our viewers know, where is the best website, social media, and everything else to follow you,
It's easy.
Mac?
Go to macpowell.com, macpowell.com, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff at Mac Powell.
And that way they can keep up with the tour. Yeah. Obviously, they want to come to the show, get a signed album, which I recommend, because I just love the way this looks, and with the pictures on the back, and obviously here that looks like a family reunion.
Yeah, it looks pro almost. It looks like a real CD almost.
And you're working with 30 Tigers on this.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. They're based here in Nashville and doing a great job getting the word out to everybody about the record.
So are there going to be more singles and more videos coming out?
I sure hope so, man. This is all I know how to do, so I'm going to keep going.
Well, I think you do it pretty darn well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I think you found something that you can really live on for a while.
I appreciate it.
It is Mac Powell and the Family Reunion. Pick up your copy, Back Again. However you take on music, whether you go with the digital, Spotify, iTunes, you name it, also go and follow him online. And I'll tell you what, it's just an amazing album. I think whatever your taste in music is, and I've had pretty diverse taste, you're going to find something you like on here with at least one of the songs.
Yeah, man.
And Back Again is incredible.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It is Mac Powell. Be sure and check it out. Thanks for watching The Rock and Review.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.